Flood insurance is required for properties that exist within specific areas that are designated by FEMA to be within a 100-year floodplain. You can search a property's address online through FEMA's flood maps to determine if the property exists within one of those flood zones. If the property has a designation of flood zone with a letter A or a letter V, that means flood insurance will be a requirement for you. If it has a flood zone with a designation of a different letter than A or V, then flood insurance is not a requirement, but it's still an option for you. Your flood insurance policy is going to be a completely different policy than your standard homeowner's insurance policy. The cost can vary, and the cost or rate for your flood insurance is generally dependent upon the proximity of the property to a body of water, as well as the elevation of the property, meaning how high the lowest level of the property or the slab is from the ground. This is determined and documented in what's called an elevation certificate by an engineer. It's a good idea to have your agent request an elevation certificate from the seller of the property if the property exists within one of those 100-year floodplains. If the seller is unable to provide an elevation certificate for some reason, then you'll have to pay for one to be prepared. But once you have that elevation certificate, you can then provide that to a flood insurance provider, which is either the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, or a private provider, and get a quote from them on how much you can expect flood insurance to cost on an annual basis for that given property. It's a really good idea to do this up front before you put an offer on a property, as this can be costly depending upon where the property is. And this might affect your decision for whether you want to move forward on buying a property or not. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on flood insurance or anything mortgage related. Thanks for watching.